Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talks. So there's been loads of protests all over the world today. I'm going to do a video tomorrow about them, and hopefully I'll make a video later on about the London one today. There was loads of people speaking at it. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. But first I wanted to talk about this announcement that came out today. Here we have in the Telegraph. Now, I've been warning about the app, the NHS app, how it's going to be used as a jab passport, which they've now announced, but also as a digital ID, which they announced last week. It's going to track you 24/7, a digital prison. It's going to shut you out and cut off your access to services if you don't obey and do as you're told. The plan is for a cashless society that will also be tied into this app. And then if you allow yourself to be caught in this digital prison, they will control your behavior and what you do, what you buy, how you live, how much energy you use, etc., with a social credit system. That's what I've been saying up until today. I've always said this was the plan. And lo and behold, as if by magic, today we've seen this announcement. This is the first mention of this. It says here, families could get rewards for healthy living in a new war on obesity. And it says here, UK puppet tyrant Boris Johnson is to launch a government-backed rewards program for families switching to healthier foods and exercising under radical plans to tackle Britain's obesity crisis. You notice what they're saying here. You notice it is all focused on healthy eating and on making people healthier. It's for your own good. Of course, there's no mention of energy consumption, of energy measuring and carbon zero, which is what this is to be used for, okay? It will be used to determine how much energy you use, and if you don't use too much, you'll get a reward. But if you use too much, you'll get a penalty. Maybe you'll end up paying higher rates if you use too much energy, if you boil the kettle too many times. That's the idea. Anyhow, it continues in the article. The scheme will monitor family supermarket spending, rewarding those who reduce their calorie intake and buy more fruit and vegetables. And you can guarantee they will penalize you for buying meat and reward you for buying insects in the future, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to stop eating meat. Oh, and it says you can get more points if you walk to work. Okay, and not use public transport. It continues under the new plan. Loyalty points accumulated would be exchanged for discounts, free tickets and other incentives. Basically, giving you little treats like you're a little dog in order to train you to do whatever they want you to do. So this is the social credit system I've been warning you about. You remember I talked about this in the dark future of the jab passport video way back last year, and you can guarantee this will be implemented into the NHS app. That's the idea. So look, it's time to ditch these phones. Now, I was watching the London protest and people coming up and making speeches earlier today, and there was one woman and she did say, ditch the phone. But the question is, can you ditch the phone? That would be a good idea for a protest, would it not? Everyone take to the streets and literally destroy your phones in the street. Thousands of people sending a message, basically telling the government, we will not be your slave. Look at this. We've just destroyed our phone. We vow never to use one ever again. But can people do that? People are very attached to their phones. There is a lot of talk about, controlled opposition and shills. Well, I'm telling you, the biggest shill is your phone. That's the fecker that has infiltrated your life. That's the gadget that goes everywhere with you. It doesn't need to follow you. You allow it into your home. You put it into your pocket when you go out. It probably sits next to you on your bedside table while you're sleeping at night. That's the thing that has been around for years, pretending to be your friend, telling you what time to get up, setting alarms for you, pretending to be your friend while spying on you. And now your phone and these apps They want to make you their slave. Am I being overly dramatic? I don't think so. I know many of you out there are super attached to your phone, and you might say, well, look, I ain't gonna download no app. Everything is cool. Yeah? Well, looks like in the future, all new phones will have these apps already built in and you won't be able to delete them or get rid of them. Here we have Apple to install vaccine passport feature on all iPhones. Apple has announced the coming iOS 15 update will include a vaccine passport-like feature within the Health app. The new feature will allow users to store their medical records within their phone, which can then be shared to regain access to basic aspects of society such as travel, work, and entertainment. According to Apple's website, institutions will be able to issue verifiable lab results and immunization records, including COVID-19 test results and vaccinations that can be downloaded and stored in the Health app, it says here. So, what's the possibility that Android will do the same? Of course they will. Okay, you say, well, I've still got my old phone. I'm not going to get one of these new phones. But what if these feckers force an update where your phone won't work anymore unless you get the update which has these new health apps on? I'm telling you, the smartphone is the enemy in your hand. It's the enemy in your home. If everyone could get their phone and smash it to pieces right now, everyone, everywhere across the world, simultaneously, and vow to never get another phone, it's kind of game over. Their plans are knackered. You can't have passports and QR codes without phones. Not at the moment, unless they want to tattoo them onto you, and nobody's going to accept that now. But could people do that? That's the question. Can people collectively get rid of their phones in such great number that it would render all of their plans rubbish? I mean, people didn't used to have phones. They got by. Life went on. Okay, I just wanted to do a video about that, and I'll talk about the protests later. As always, thanks for listening. Come and subscribe to the tribe at hugotalks.com, a place for like-minded souls who don't follow the fake stream media.